WWE Talk with special guest Truckerjohn89 here on the channel. What's going on, everybody? Trucker John, thanks for hanging out with us on the channel today for this WrestleMania 41 preview, and I'm excited. I know we've been building this up for over a week now, but Trucker John, you got to be just excited as I am, man.
For sure, man. 2 nights, a lot of good matches.
I have my favorites.
Bro. I started sharing them with you earlier, but yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about it, man.
Man, I tell you what, dude, this to me is probably the best WrestleMania card since they made it 2 nights in a long time.
Think?
I don't really think that we have any dull matches at this point, but of course, we got to wait and see when we actually get to WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas on Saturday night before we really determine that, right? But I know we got into this really good last week, man, so I hope we'll be able to continue the conversation here today.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and also check out Truckerjohn89 on YouTube as well, my special guest here. So I think we're going to kick this off probably with what we left off with on last Friday, which is I believe we were talking about the championship matches. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to bring these up here for everybody so we know exactly what we're getting into. As a matter of fact, let's start with this huge triple threat match we got, possibly the biggest triple threat match in WrestleMania history, as we see Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Now, I don't know if you got a chance to check out Monday Night Raw, but it looks like Paul Heyman, the wise man, is now in the middle of this feud in this match right now, as he will accompany his best friend CM Punk at ringside of this match. But the wise man now has some trouble with Roman Reigns because Roman looks like he doesn't want anything to do with the wise man anymore, telling him that Seth Rollins was right on Monday night. When have you ever thought that those words would come out of Roman Reigns' mouth? Seth Rollins is right? Fuck no, you didn't expect that, dude. So for me, I'm really intrigued to get your thoughts on what you think about Paul Heyman's involvement in this huge triple threat match.
Oh, man, I think that's the wild factor. I'm not going to lie. If you watched this stream last week when we did this, I felt pretty confident in some of the things that I was saying.
Me too.
Yeah, I felt really confident. This is one that I'll be honest with you. Yes, I'm staying out here. I apologize. This is one with that thing. I don't know where it's gonna lead. I truly don't. That's the one thing that you could argue any direction, any person that he chooses could be its own story. So I'm just as excited as you to find out what happens.
Me too, man. I wasn't really excited about this match in the first place when we first started seeing it, but I think Monday what happened really has me intrigued with the wise man Paul Heyman really involved in this. Now, here's the rumors that I've been hearing online, guys. I don't know about you, WWE Universe, but it looks like Paul Heyman might betray Roman Reigns and CM Punk. The rumor is that he may join Seth Rollins. Now, what do you think about that?
So I can't even guess of where that story would lead. Punk you kind of can. Punk you can. Roman obviously you can. With Seth, dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't even guess. I have no idea where that story would lead. Again, that makes it exciting. I agree with you that there should have been something on the line for that match, whether it's a future title shot. Something should have been added to raise the stakes, but I'm looking forward to the match, man. That's the second match on that card, like ranking wise, for the most excited.
Out of all of them, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think it's probably the most intriguing one, right? Out of all the storylines that we have, besides the big match, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship, I really do think that match there is going to really dictate how this whole weekend kind of goes. Now, we know this triple threat match will be the main event of night one, but as I try to go over and make sure I get these correctly for you guys, I don't know if I actually have it listed here on my site here or not on whether or not WrestleMania night 1 or 2 or the difference between the matches, but I do know this. We found out officially that the first match on WrestleMania Night 1, and I'm sure this is going to be some breaking news for you, Trucker John, the first match to kick off WrestleMania 41 is for the World Heavyweight Championship. We're going to see Gunther versus main event Jey Uso to kick off WrestleMania 41. Bro, this is 2025 WWE at its finest. A match like this, we would never see outside of like the last few matches of a premium live event. So that's got to have you intrigued as well, right?
Yeah, for sure, man. So if it's not going to be the main event, then I feel like this is how you start off WrestleMania, right?
Right? Get
You
it with a
start
little
off
bit
with a
of a
bang.
pop, right? You got to give
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
pop, bro.
yeah, man. I agree. So that match is another one, man. I mean, I could argue for both of them. So, you know what? Yeah, real quick. I just want to make a statement. You know what I love about the Paul Levesque era,
What's
the
that?
Triple H era, is there is that level of, well, I think I know, but I don't know. And then there's times like this where I don't know anything, right? I cannot
Yeah.
even guess on a lot of these matches, man, and that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes wrestling great again, man.
You're right about that. I heard this week that Triple H was going on a bunch of podcasts and actually talking about how the internet has kind of ruined sports entertainment and wrestling in general because so many people are out here now on the internet and giving stuff away when really the only time we ever found out is when the product actually got into the ring. So this is a new era, this Paul Levesque Triple H era, and he's not afraid to speak his mind, which I really love about the guy. I think everybody there in WWE is really loving that as well. And so it's going back to this triple threat match. Let's get your prediction real quick. And now
Yep.
what we're going to get into here, folks, is that with me and Trucker John, we're old school WWE fans. So what we talked about a little bit last week, we're going to bring up here now is when we give our predictions, we're also going to give that with our opinions about what this means for the possible winners of this match and losers going forward, which I'm sure we can come up with real quick because I got to give Trucker John here and myself a little bit of a shout out. Guys, we predicted something that happened this week in WWE. It might actually, was it last week, Trucker John, or this week when we found out about Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest's stipulation? I actually think it was last Friday, right?
Yeah, I think you reached out to me, and I'm old, I think, so I was already asleep. But yeah, you reached out to me, man, and I woke up and all I saw was like a message from Tim, and it was just like, "Yo, you're not gonna believe this," and I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, I think it was last Friday. Yeah.
So we spoke that into existence with this Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre match now becoming a Sin City street fight. I mean, hell, that's going to be one hell of a match. But let's get into this triple threat now. This triple threat's going to be probably the biggest triple threat we've ever seen in WrestleMania history. So with the possible stipulations that could be the result of whoever wins this match, who do you think's coming out victorious?
Honestly, I have no clue, man. Actually, Tim, you want to give yours real quick?
Yeah.
Just because I have to go yell at somebody real quick.
Okay, gotcha, buddy.
Yeah, give yours. I'll be 2 seconds, brother.
Okay, man. Yeah,
All
so
right, cool.
guys, in my opinion on this triple threat match, what we're really looking at here is I do think that we're going to get probably what could be the match of the night or the match of the weekend, really, at WrestleMania 41. Now, what's really interesting is that this storyline here with this triple threat has really built up just over the last few weeks, but this storyline goes all the way back to Survivor Series War Games when CM Punk was the guy that joined Team Roman Reigns to help him defeat the new bloodline that he was feuding with at Survivor Series War Games. Now, because of this, CM Punk was owed a favor by Paul Heyman, the wise man. And now, over the last few weeks, we got to see what exactly that favor was. Now, a couple of Fridays ago, we found out exactly what the favor was, and that is CM Punk wants the wise man Paul Heyman by his side at ringside, and I was really shocked by this. I didn't think this was going to be the favor at all that CM Punk was going to get. I thought for sure it was just the main event match at WrestleMania or possibly a title shot or even something worse where he's like, you have to betray Roman Reigns and now be back with me, Paul Heyman. But now after what we've seen Monday night on Monday Night Raw, it looks like the wise man Paul Heyman could be recruited by Seth freaking Rollins after Rollins actually attacked Paul Heyman. I know this sounds weird, but the wise man was actually pushed and prodded and really almost assaulted by Seth Rollins on Monday night. And Seth Rollins then would be attacked by CM Punk, but Rollins was the one who gets the last laugh, stopping CM Punk inside the ring. And as Paul Heyman was checking on Punk, that's when Rollins went for the stomp on the wise man, but stopped and looked right in the face of Paul Heyman and said, "Now, Paul, you owe me a favor." I mean, gosh, I don't even know what the hell this is going to mean going into WrestleMania weekend, but this could mean that Seth Rollins could have a favor in his back pocket to use with the wise man in this triple threat match. Now, heading into this match, guys, my prediction is really, I think Roman Reigns should win. But really, this is anyone's match because I can honestly see any three of these men winning this match and it being a very good storyline going forward for the WWE. And honestly, guys, this is probably one of the most anticipated but also head-scratching matches, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. I mean head-scratching by the fact we have no clue what it's going to mean for these three superstars going forward after this triple threat match. I mean, honestly, like I said, I can see any one of these guys winning this match, but I think Roman Reigns is the one who's going to end up winning this match. It's WrestleMania. Roman lost last year in the main event at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes, even though he won the main event in night one with his teammate The Rock in that tag team match against Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes at last year's WrestleMania. But at this WrestleMania, I really do think, hey, it's Roman's time. It's Roman Reigns, the original tribal chief. It is his time, and I'm really interested to see this new era of Roman Reigns because reportedly we've seen on social media all week that it looks like Roman Reigns is going solo. I don't know what, excuse me, I don't know what this could mean for this WrestleMania main event. Excuse me. But what I really do think is interesting is that we're going to see in the future the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania and the Friday Night SmackDown after WrestleMania. I think we're really going to see what the wise man Paul Heyman is really up to, because if I'm picking Roman Reigns to win this match, I don't think that that means Paul Heyman is going to be a part of Roman Reigns as his wise man, as his manager, or whatever you want to call it going forward. And I don't know if you heard me all there, Trucker John, but man, I really do think that this is probably the one match that has like the biggest result of outcomes out of any match that we could talk about at WrestleMania. I could legitimately see all these men winning this match. I'm going with Roman Reigns just on the fact that we've seen over the last few weeks, Paul Heyman's now tied up with, it looks like, CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns looks like the guy who's running free here. And because he lost at last year's main event at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes, I think that means Roman's going to win this triple threat. Now, what do you think about that, bro?
So I can see a world, obviously, where that happens.
Mhm.
I can see a world where Punk wins, right? I can see a world where Seth wins. So I can almost see a world for everything. What do I personally think is going to happen? Nothing. As far as I personally, if I had to guess, I think that they're trying to make it seem like, oh, is the wise man going to do this? Is the wise man going to go here or go there? Could Roman do things himself? Yes. All three of those are some of the best talkers, right?
Yeah.
So they don't need Paul Heyman.
And besides Punk, because he's old, Rollins and Reigns are two of the best in-ring performers in WWE right now. So
absolutely. So really, I think just keeping them together. I don't think there's a reason. I mean, I guess technically there is some reasons you could break them up. I don't think WWE is going to do it. I think they're teasing it, but I think ultimately they're going to fall back, and we're going to still have many, many, many more years of Tribal Chief and the Wise Man.
okay, so I actually like your kind of point of view there. You're not really picking a person to win here, so I kind of got to call you out a little bit on that.
You're right. I answered something totally different.
I like your theory, though. I like your theory, but you didn't pick a winner, dog.
I think Roman's going to take it. I think not only is he just going to take it, I think he'll be standing there raising his hand with the wise man. But there's
Okay.
going to be a twist. There's 100% going to be a twist. What that twist is, I have no clue. But I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, me too, because I think it's been a long time coming, but seeing a Seth Rollins Roman Reigns rivalry, I think is the big outcome that we could see after this WrestleMania match heading into next week on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. I think that's sort of the angle that WWE is going to go with, because honestly, I don't want to see any more of Punk and Rollins, and I'm not really interested to see anything to do with Punk and Roman Reigns, to be honest with
Really?
you. And
Really? Okay.
and this is why. This is why. To me, and I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm not trying to say that CM Punk is somebody else, but to me, this almost looks like Daniel Bryan and the feud he had with Roman Reigns a few years back, if you know what I mean. It kind of looks like maybe they're a little bit repeating themselves now. Punk's a whole different character. He's not Bryan. He's not Danielson. So for me,
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be going forward. I think Roman's going to win. I think there's going to be an issue with the wise man. I think that's going to be the big twist here. But what I'm really interested in, and this is my WWE fandom at heart here, right? I'm hoping Brock Lesnar somehow shows up at fucking WrestleMania. And that's the big twist that we see here. That it's not any of the fucking three guys in the match. It's freaking Brock Lesnar shows up and just destroys everybody, dog. Because we have not seen Brock Lesnar perform since last year's SummerSlam. And guess what's the big freaking premium live event after WrestleMania?
Yeah, SummerSlam. So that would be a huge shock. I never considered that.
Write it down, motherfucker. Write it down, dog. Because on Sunday, if it happens, I know I am blowing your phone up, bro. For real, dude.
Dude, that would be an absolute epic way to end night one, adding Brock back in the picture. Now,
come on, everyone's been asking for it, dog. We are craving to get Brock Lesnar back into a WWE ring, bro.
But I mean, I won't go too far down that path. But technically, I don't think he really. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about that, but I would love for him to come back. I hope that him coming back is a possibility. And Tim, I would bow to you if fucking he comes back at WrestleMania, because didn't even cross one.
But now going forward, what do you think this means for CM Punk and Seth Rollins? Because naturally, if they lose, which is what we're predicting here, then I think that we're going to see them possibly go right back into a feud again, right? That would kind of be the logical thing to go forward for them, for Punk and Rollins. But like I said, my prediction is after Roman wins, who I'm predicting to win, I think we're going to see this feud between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns really take a notch up. Now, how does Brock Lesnar get involved in that? I'm not sure, but those are just my theories going forward with that match.
No, I mean, move it after WrestleMania. See, the other night, dude, I was on fire. I kept thinking of things, and I was like, this is probably what's going to happen. This situation is so unpredictable.
But that's why we think it's going to be like a match of the night. That's why we think it's probably the second, if not the best card match on the whole card. And I know people are like, but it's not a championship match. Hey, come on, guys. Let's face it. There's actually a championship match on this WrestleMania that I know me and Trucker John are not very interested in. And since we've already predicted here with this triple threat, let's lean into that, where we will see the World Tag Team Championships on the line as the War Raiders will defend those titles against the New Day. Bro, how many times are we going to see the War Raiders versus New Day? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting either one of these tag teams. I love watching them. I like watching the War Raiders on the mic, which they've gotten a lot better with, by the way, and in the ring. And the same thing with the New Day. I mean, even with the New Day turning heel, bro, you still want to hear them on the mic. You still want to see them perform in the ring. Just now, you want to see them get their asses kicked. There's only difference with it all. But to me, this is just a little old. We've seen this way too many times, and I know that New Day's got a chance to get the most tag team title reigns of all time in WWE if they win. So maybe that gets me a little intrigued about it, but I got to know your thoughts on this match, man.
I mean, up until you just made that last statement, I felt the same way you did. We've seen this match too many times.
So
Even if
you didn't know that they're close to breaking that record, did you?
no, no, not at all, not at
All
all.
right. Well, then
So
you're going to love this little tidbit of information, breaking news that I'm sure you haven't heard yet. But there's another rumor about WrestleMania, and that is Big E has been medically cleared to come back and
shit.
possibly could attack New Day and get some payback at WrestleMania. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I am going to lose my mind if that happens because we are all waiting for Big E to come back. Now, Big E, I hope this is legit because he suffered a very, very serious neck injury.
Yeah,
Like
I thought he
he
was
thought,
done.
yeah, that's what the reports were saying. But then again, we know how this medical thing works. If the bones and the nerves in his neck start to heal the way they're supposed to, they're able to medically clear him to return. We've seen it before in WWE. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that for Big E to return, but I would be very excited to see that because I don't want to see the New Day win. They're heel now. I don't want to cheer for the New Day to win a tag team title. I like the
But
War Raiders as the World Tag Team Champions, and we need to start giving some of these new tag teams some new blood, a chance at becoming champions, man. We can't keep having the same
I
champs
agree.
all the time, you know? It's like the same thing with the women's tag team titles. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are the first ever 3-time women's tag team champions. Now, when I think about that, you go, oh, so there is diversity. There is a lot more tag teams becoming tag champs. No, actually, there's not. With the women's, they're actually just switching partners all the time. I mean, Bianca Belair was
Yeah,
tag team champions with 2 different freaking people that are now in a feud in their own freaking match at WrestleMania. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the men's tag team division, especially on SmackDown, but also on Raw, you have got to get these tag teams more view time. You have got to get them in the ring more, competing more. The tag team division right now is so high. I don't know why they don't push these tag teams more, man.
so I agree with you. And to kind of touch on the women's tag team, I feel like this is what WWE has done for years, right? They just throw two women together, and this is your new tag team, right? Um, the men's side, if Big E gets involved, right, then you
It's
have to
gonna
think
make that match so much better. Like
for sure.
you've got to agree with me, and I'm serious. I'm looking at the matches I got in front of me right here. I think I'm only missing a couple. Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, the Sin City Street Fight is one that's not on here, and then the tag team title match that we're talking about here. And I personally think that this could be the worst match on the card, bro. And
Really?
well, look at it here, right? And just off the top of your head, I'll go through the
Yeah, yeah.
matches
Go,
just
go.
really, really quick. And you tell me
Yep.
right off the top of your head one that sticks out that's going to be worse than this
Okay.
match, okay?
Okay.
Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano. It's not going to be a boring match.
Yeah, it's not. It's I think we're gonna see some cool stuff from that match. So I would put that higher right now.
So
Not
not a
much,
worse
but I
match, right?
no,
Not a
no,
worse match. Okay, so
no.
Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
That's good. But see, I'm a Jade Mark, so that's not
Me
fair.
too.
But
I fucking
yeah,
love
yeah, yeah,
Jade,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
She is so good inside the ring, man. She
She
does things
is.
that some male superstars couldn't freaking do. Okay, so not a worse
No,
match, right?
no,
Okay,
no. You're
Logan
right.
Paul versus AJ Styles. Now I know you ain't gonna pick that one. You
No,
think that
no.
one is gonna be a top 3 match, and I got a fucking bet with your ass because
Yeah,
I
yep,
know that ain't
yep.
gonna be a
It
top 3
is.
WrestleMania
They're
match,
gonna
bro.
kill it. They're gonna slay.
If it is, me and you are gonna be fucking Logan Paul fans, whether we like it or not. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I am. Just don't tell anybody. All right.
Oh, did
Just
we?
don't tell anybody.
You just lost cool points, dude. You
I
just
know.
lost
I
cool points.
know.
You
I
can't go on
know.
YouTube saying you're a freaking Logan Paul fan here. Wow, man. You
Dude.
know what?
Listen.
He's impressing though.
Respect.
He's impressing.
I respect his wrestling game. I may not agree with a lot of things, but
I hope
I,
not.
no. But I agree on the way that he's marketed himself. I mean, good for him. Good for him. But he's a hell of a talent.
Oh,
Since
dude,
he's coming to
he's
wrestling, he
bro.
kills it.
When he came in, that was the one thing for me. I'm like, this guy's gonna kill on the mic. I know that.
Yep.
I already
Yeah.
knew that. But for him, I mean, to me, I go back to this, and there were some matches beforehand that really caught your eye with him. But I think that match against Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel a few years ago for the WWE title, that was his coming out party, man. He balled out in that match, and he's not really had a bad match since then in the WWE, and he's smart about it. He doesn't come on and perform every single week. I don't know if he can do that. I'm not going to give him enough credit to say he can do that legitimately yet. He's picking his spots, and he's on for these storylines that head to this premium live event. And to be honest, this is probably the one storyline that hasn't really had a lot of buildup to it between AJ Styles and Logan Paul. But like I said, not a worse match, though, than the World Tag Team title match with the War Raiders and New Day. Now, look, we're about almost halfway through already, bro. And I almost guarantee you, and I'm just going to say these other ones real quick. I know it's not the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. That one's not going to be worse. Now, the triple threat match for the women's world title, that one shouldn't be worse. They should be very competitive. Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Io Sky, those ladies perform in the ring. You know what I'm saying? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, hell no. Then maybe these two would be a contender. You have Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight for the United States Championship, and what I think could be the second worst match of the night, and I know a lot of people are probably going to kill me for this one. Charlotte Flair versus the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. Now, do either one of those come close to being what could possibly be the worst match on this WrestleMania card?
The red split from his haircut.
Okay, I'll come look in a second.
You should ask her what she thinks.
Yeah. All right, look at. Tell me when his white car gets home, okay?
No, I don't
All right, 1 second, so.
I don't know.
All right, I'll look. Anyway,
do your thing, man. Do your thing. I'll keep the chat involved, all right? If you got to take a minute, it's all good. All right, so guys, while Trucker John takes care of his child, we're going to go ahead and keep talking about this. Like I said, guys, I really do think that the worst match of the night could be this World Tag Team Championship match. Now, the reason I say that is because we've seen the New Day and the War Raiders before. Now, that's no knock on them as a tag team. They're both very, very good, capable tag teams, and they're both should perform here on the grandest stage of them all. But my issue with this is like I said, we've already seen them do this dance in the ring before, and we know that the New Day is only one title win away from having the most tag team title championship runs out of anybody in the WWE. So there is history at stake here. So maybe with a little something on the line, that means that this match will be good and competitive, which I have no doubt that it'll be. But when you see this stacked WrestleMania card, to me, this immediately says it's not going to be match of the night. I really do think that this World Tag Team title match between the War Raiders and the New Day just looks like it's set up to be possibly the worst match of the night of the two-night WrestleMania here, WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. So going forward, though, on that, I think my prediction for this match, I'm going to go with the War Raiders. And the reason why I'm going to go with the War Raiders, I don't want the New Day to win. I don't think they should win. I don't think they've done enough to earn to be able to win those titles. And the only reason why they would let them win those titles in the first place or give them to them, or if they win them, the only reason I think WWE does that is because they want the New Day to be hated more. And I really think that's the only way that New Day comes out with the win in this match. So I'm really curious to see who you think's winning this one.
I want the War Raiders to win. I truly do. I think it can do more for them just moving forward. They can start fighting some young new talent. I think, I mean, and they have great matches, right? With that said, it depends. So I'm gonna say I think War Raiders are gonna win. However, if Big E comes back and gets involved, anything can happen. So I'm gonna stick with War Raiders. I'll stick. Wait a minute. Time out. How many more championships, tag team titles does the New Day need to take the record?
As far as I know, I'd probably have to do my research just to confirm and make sure, but I think they only need one. So they only need to win to this weekend at WrestleMania, and they will have the record for most championship title reigns as tag team champions in the WWE. And for me, the reason why I think they shouldn't let them do that is because it would have like an asterisk next to it because Big E's not with them. So I don't, to me, this is probably going way out on a branch, way out on a limb. But I think if the New Day win, it's a new title reign. Okay, like altogether, not a record-breaking title reign because that's what it would have been with Big E. With them now being heel, to me, it's almost like a whole new tag team, if you will, right? So I'll tell you this. If the New Day wins, I'm going to be very curious on whether or not that means that we may see like John Cena win. Like, are they going to let the heels sort of take the show away here, right? Because I don't see a scenario where it's good for WWE for the New Day to win and get the War Raiders back on the bench because the War Raiders, since they came back from injury, have been like must see in the ring. Sure, they're still getting a little bit better on the mic, and we all love hearing the New Day. We all love watching the New Day and perform and watching them perform inside the ring. I just don't think it's their time to get another title run. What do you think?
Like as a heat getter, I think that's the only way to do it, right? I mean, without the tag team titles, how else are you going
To get them more hated?
Yeah, to get them more hated because right now people still boo them, but they like them, right? They've been around for so long that they are a constant, and I think if you really want to get the WWE universe to hate you, you have to do something big. And being the tag team champions, they're going to claim that they're either tied or pat. You know what I mean? As the most held, right? They're going to lean into that. I don't know, man. I almost want to switch. I almost want to switch I picked the War Raiders, right? I almost want to switch to New Day.
I haven't picked yet, but yeah, you picked the War Raiders.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let me go New Day, bro. Now I've convinced myself. I think they can use it.
Now if you're picking the New Day, that means you are going against what you think could be the surprise of WrestleMania because I don't think Big E's returning and doing that if they're going to win. That may be the big twist, right? Like Big E returns and he actually ends up costing the War Raiders the titles and the New Day wins. Like, could you imagine that? That would definitely have us on our edge of our seats. Like, what the fuck just happened? Like, are you kidding me?
Now all three of them are heels. You know what I mean? Like,
no
you know what I mean?
way!
You know what I mean? You get
No,
Big
that
E.
is not happening.
Listen, bro. You have Big E run out, right? Like New Day's beating the shit out of the War Raiders, right? They're beating the shit out of them, and then next thing you know, Big E's music hits, right? He comes out. You think he's gonna he's gonna get him, and then he turns around and just fucking
helps them.
Helps
No,
them. Now they're tag champs.
No,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying
dude,
now.
you're gonna break the hearts of little kids everywhere. You have
John
like
Cena's did it.
Bro,
Why
that's
not?
what I'm
Fuck
saying
it.
though.
Fuck
Like
it.
think about this. In like the last 6 months, you see New Day turn heel that nobody thought would ever see them turn heel. You see John Cena turn heel. No one ever thought they were gonna see John Cena turn heel. And now you're gonna crush my childhood. You're gonna crush my the inner child, bro.
2025, the year of Paul Levesque, baby. The
Big
year
E
of
turns
Triple
heel
H.
though? That's a fucking stretch, bro. That's a big statement from you,
What
man.
else
If
do
I
you
could
do?
plaster this on this channel right now, I would be putting it on a ticker right at the bottom. Trucker John says Big E's turning heel at WrestleMania. What the fuck, John?
What else do you do with them? You know what I mean? Like
He's been great.
boy.
Hey, he's been great on those stage for the pre-shows and everything. I never would have thought Big E would be able to do that, bro, to be honest with you, man, because he wasn't much of a mic guy at the beginning of his career, you know? So, hey, hats off to Big E. I hope he's healed. I hope he's able to return and compete inside the ring.
Healed. Healed.
Healed.
Healed.
You trickster.
You know
All
what
right,
it is?
so I guess I'm going with the War Raiders. You're going with
Yeah.
the New Day. So we got to
New
see
Day.
how that one goes. So I think we've already got the answer to this question from you. But what does this mean going forward for both of these teams? Let's say, let's go with your scenario. New Day wins. They become the World Tag Team Champions. They break the record for the most title reigns. Now, I think this is definitely going to get them more heat. It's going to make them a little bit more hated. And maybe this does like step up the tag team division for Monday Night Raw. I just think the War Raiders deserve it, man. They deserve to win the titles when they did, and they deserve to hold on to the titles now, especially because they haven't really had them like sort of competing week after week like we normally see from tag team champions. So I think there's still a lot to come with the War Raiders, which is why I'm picking them to win this match. But I love your theory, and I cannot wait to see this match play out. But like I said to start this out, this is my vote here for worst match of the night. I'm going to call it right now. I think this will be the worst match of the night. And the only other one that I say maybe 1A might be the other worst match of the night. I really think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. I really do. There's just something that's bugging me about this match that I don't really like. And that's what we're going to get into next here, John, as long as you're cool with that.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah. I have an opinion before we start this, right?
Okay.
So,
yes. Apparently she's got an opinion too, man.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. All right, go ahead. Go out there. I'm coming right out.
Okay, I'll go out there in the door.
No, not outside, but just go in the living room, okay?
No!
You share your opinion, okay?
Okay, buddy, no problem. Go take care of her. It's all good. Tell her I said hi. So yeah, guys, so when it comes to this particular match, I think that we really could have ourselves, I don't know, a clunker here, right? And guys, before we get to that, I'm going to crack open a nice cold one here. So guys, get your beverages ready. You know this is what we do on Tim Reynolds Show, and get ready for that sound you all love. Pop, baby, there you go. Let's go. Cheers to y'all. It's Tim Reynolds Show. I needed that. Oh, did I need that drink? Hell yeah. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out on the show, by the way. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. And make sure you guys subscribe to Truckerjohn89 on YouTube, my special guest here for this WWE Talk and this WrestleMania 41 preview. So yeah, going into our next match, guys, that we're talking about here on Tim Reynolds Show, I think this WWE Women's Championship match has a chance of being one of the worst matches of the weekend of WrestleMania 41. Now, let me tell you why I think this. Well, a lot of the other matches, I can see a lot of competitive wrestling happening, and you could see the same thing too here with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. But the way they built this up, I just really am not looking forward to seeing these two go up against each other. And I think the reason of that is because I think the WWE Universe has gotten kind of stale of Charlotte Flair. Now, why would this be the case? Well, I think Charlotte Flair coming back and getting a championship match almost every time she returns from an injury or a layoff or whatever the case may be, I think this is rubbing the WWE Universe the wrong way. Because if somebody, no matter how legendary they are, just comes back and gets a title match every time they come back, this isn't old school WWE anymore, man. And I don't think the fans really like it. They want to see Charlotte Flair have to earn that match. Now, mind you, she did win the Women's Royal Rumble, so she's earned that match, no doubt about it. But that's not the way it feels here. From the WWE Universe, this match feels like it's below the hype that it's supposed to be. Would you agree with that? I mean, I would. I honestly think that it should be way more hyped up of a championship match than what we've seen thus far. I think it's actually been a little underwhelming when it comes to the buildup we've seen with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. I mean, first, it was Tiffany stumbling on the mic a little bit and not being able to take the sort of crap talk that Charlotte Flair was dishing out. And then we seen last week,
the reversal.
We talked about this, bro. I mean, wow. I mean, this went viral. And I don't know if you guys know this, WWE Universe or wrestling fans, but Charlotte Flair got toasted, bro. She got ripped apart by Tiffany Stratton. And I got to say, can't remember the last time I heard somebody really take it to Charlotte Flair on the mic the way Tiffany Stratton did just a few weeks ago.
So as I was saying before, my daughter cut me off there.
She wants her opinion.
Yeah.
It's the women's championship match. I mean, I
She
can't blame her.
She wants a bowl of ice cream and to go jump on the trampoline, right? Like, I'm
Of
like,
course she
can you
does.
just give me a few minutes, you know? So, no, here's why I think you're not feeling it, right? It's the same reason I'm not. I don't believe, like, this is nothing to me. They haven't hooked me with this rivalry.
Nope.
You
Me
know,
either.
they've tried. It's
Yep.
not for lack of trying. They've
No, they've
tried.
tried. Yep. And
They
I'd probably rip into them a little bit more about this match, WWE in general, but I'm not going to
yeah.
do that. I really do think that it's been both of these competitors. I think they've been a little underwhelming in building this storyline for each other. Wouldn't you agree?
That's exactly, I agree. The only reason I want to watch the match is because they're both really good in the ring, right?
Amen.
So
Absolutely.
so I'm like, you know what? Sure, I want to watch this. You know what I mean? And but that out of 5 stars, that gives me 1.5 or 2, right? Then the other stars are, do I believe what's going on right now? You know what I mean?
Like
And then
for instance, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. You mentioned that earlier. I think
yeah,
that kind of proves
yeah.
the point you're trying to make, right?
They have Jade and Naomi have built a feud, right? I believe it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking Naomi took Jade out, became tag team partners, all this different stuff.
betrayed
So
betrayed Bianca,
yep,
and
yep,
the thing about it was, this is the one of the things too that I think is like something we got to give Naomi and Jade Cargill a lot of credit for, right? It wasn't like that they had this feud that was like they fought here and they built it up here and they ripped each other here, you know what I mean? And it was like month after month after month. What happened was someone attacked Jade. We
yep,
didn't know for months who it was until the point where we actually weren't even talking about it. Like nobody was even mentioning at a certain point where Jade was, right? And then all of a sudden, when it starts popping up, they really they just tiptoe around it, right? They get you, they hook you and sinker you right in with this storyline. And now we've only seen probably like what 3 or 4 weeks of buildup between Jade and Naomi for this match, and they have done it. They have hooked us. They have
for
brought
sure.
us into this storyline, and everybody is really looking forward to seeing this match, seeing who's going to win, Jade or Naomi. And isn't that weird? You would think a women's championship match
Yep.
with the women's Royal Rumble winner would have way more hype around it than this match does. That's only got what? A month of buildup
Yeah.
between like physically these two,
Yeah.
opponents going at each
When
other.
wasn't it Elimination Chamber that Jade came out and beat the shit out of Naomi?
What a
Uh,
way to start that
so
premium live
so
event, right?
this we can almost like kind of wind down on this statement right here. WWE gave the wrong story. They should have reversed the stories, right? You know, if you'd have had something with Charlotte and help me out here. Help me out. Charlotte
Bianca,
and no. Who Charlotte's fighting this? I'm having a brain fart.
Tiffany
Blonde hair.
Stratton. Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany Stratton.
Look, she's there to remind you, man.
No, no, you say, hey. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Take a break. Take a break.
Yeah.
It's all good,
Anyway,
man.
that's. Yeah. You guys are good. So yeah, my apologies. My apologies, chat.
It's all right, guys. The girl's gonna be all over this video, bro. It's all good. So yeah, guys. So heading into this match, I really do think that there hasn't been much hype around this women's championship match for the WWE Women's Title, and because of that, I think that's why it's a little underwhelming here. I mean, whether or not Tiffany wins or Charlotte wins, I really don't think that that's the statement here. I really do think that it's underwhelming of a match. It's not as big of a championship match of a WrestleMania match that it should be. I mean, this match should be contending for the main event of WrestleMania in general for the whole weekend, and yet it's not. It's just a little underwhelming, and WWE doesn't usually do that very often to us. So, hey, shout out Intensifies in the chat. What's up, bro? Thanks for hanging out on the channel, Intensify.
Yo,
Shout
what
out,
up,
brother.
Testify? Yeah, we're chilling, dude. Stella's being Stella, you know. Yeah.
Hey, Intensify knows Stella very well.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. What up,
So
bro?
yeah, man, you good?
For now, yeah, we're
Okay,
good. We're chilling.
we're good.
We're
We're good. All right.
chilling. We're
So
chilling.
getting to our predictions, we'll go ahead and sum up this match really quick. I think it's safe to say that both of us think that this is probably going to be an underwhelming match that we're not really looking forward to seeing. But that doesn't mean that it could surprise us and be one of the matches of the night that we really like seeing. You know, Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair can perform in the ring, so the wrestling match in general should be good. But I'm wondering really how this match is going to flow, how they're going to build up into it as we get to the match, and afterwards, what's it going to mean? Because I just don't see what it benefits for Charlotte Flair to win this match and go forward unless they're trying to build another feud and storyline going forward with Tiffany Stratton at either Backlash or SummerSlam. So I'd love to get your prediction on this match.
So, I mean, personally, I think Tiffany's going to win. I think it's going to do a lot more for her, like you just said, than it's going to do for Charlotte. You really think about it, I mean, it would do nothing for Charlotte. Now, okay, give me a second, baby. Go sit down. Go sit down.
So yeah, guys, I really do think that this women's WWE championship match is going to be one that we really got to pay attention to, just for the fact that the storylines afterwards, to me, are the most intriguing part about the match, which isn't much to say because that means you're really not focusing on the actual match. You're focusing on what happens afterwards with the outcome. I think you would agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So going forward, I'm rolling with Tiffany Stratton as well for my prediction in this one. And I think going forward, we're going to see a little bit more of a heel storyline for Charlotte Flair, with somebody else. Maybe it still will be with Tiffany Stratton, just maybe a little more interesting as we go forward in that match, though. But moving on to our next match here for WrestleMania, as we preview WrestleMania 41, let's go over the one we just mentioned: Naomi versus Jade Cargill. This should be a pretty quick match, and I know we've talked about this already, so we'll try to get our prediction here pretty quickly. But for me, man, Jade is one of these diamonds in a rough. You know, pun intended, right? And to me, she's one of the best up-and-coming female superstars right now in the WWE. But Naomi, you have got to give Naomi her flowers, man. This heel turn looks perfect for her, and she has killed it right now, not only in front of the camera, but also with her in-ring performance. She's been very good since she returned to the WWE, so I could really see this match going both ways. What do you think?
So, I think I picked Naomi last week, and I'm picking Naomi again. And my reason for that is she's the veteran, right? She right now, she could use the heat, from really beating the crap, coming out. I don't think the feud's going to end at WrestleMania. I think it's going to continue for sure. That one, I'm almost willing to guarantee. I think this is going to continue. This is too hot to just do in a month period. You know what I mean?
Where's my guarantee button or sign? Right here, guys. Trucker John got a guaranteed win here for Naomi over Jade Cargill. That's a big one there, brother. I don't think I would have went with that match. If you ask me, I think the only match that I'm guaranteeing a win is Rey Mysterio, bro. Rey Mysterio. That's going to get us into our next match coming up here. But for me, hold on, I'll get to it. I gotta tease you a little bit. I gotta get the gears going when I say stuff like that. I know I'll get you thinking. But for me, Jade Cargill versus Naomi, I think they've done a great job with this WWE, building up this storyline. These two have really sold it. They've been very, very good working together, and I can't wait to see how they perform inside the ring for this match. I'm really going to be focused on the wrestling part of this because I think afterwards, bro, to me, it doesn't matter who wins or loses. This storyline could really be pushed into Backlash and possibly even SummerSlam with how good Naomi and Jade Cargill are working together in this feud and to build this storyline. So for me, I got to go opposite of you, brother. I'm going with Jade Cargill. And the reason for that, don't get me wrong, Naomi deserves all of her flowers. Naomi deserves this push, this singles push that she's finally getting, that she's never really got a chance to have throughout her WWE career. I think she definitely deserves it. But dude, Jade Cargill is on a whole nother level. Jade is one of these women that is going to take the WWE women's division to a whole nother level. I really believe that. Hi, sweetie. Hi. She's so cute. She's so cute, dude.
Yeah, she's something. She's something.
Hi. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, guys, going into this match, I think Jade Cargill is the one to look out for. I really do think that her and Naomi are going to make this probably like one of the top matches of WrestleMania. But for me, I got Jade Cargill winning this match going forward. But I do agree with you, Trucker John. I don't think this is going to be the end of this feud or this storyline going forward with them.
Okay, real quick, just before my daughter comes back in. So if Jade wins, right, then that kind of ends the story, right? Jade got her revenge or whatever.
I don't think so.
You think no, but I think personally Naomi has to win, and I think it has to be a way that leaves everybody, us fans, knowing like, all right, this isn't over, right?
Oh, so like she cheats. Like she cheats, maybe.
Something.
Yeah. I mean, that would be a good heel turn move for her to do.
Something. I think. Just to really make her run with this. Look at us. This whole WrestleMania is going to be people turning heel, like stepping it up.
According to you, I mean,
it all sounds good. It all sounds good.
But honestly, dude, I like no matter who wins, this is going to be one of those storylines that I'm sure the next time that we're on here doing WWE Talk together, we're going to be talking about these two going forward. I really do think this feud's not over, and I love the way they've built this up between each other. I just can't wait to see how the wrestling goes. You know what I mean?
So yeah, listen, guys, if you guys are watching right now, you guys can tune back in WrestleMania Night 1 on the Tim Reynolds Show. We're going to be live together, and we're going to be watching WrestleMania. So we're going to be talking live, reacting. So you guys are going to be able to cash in live on all the crap that I got wrong, and be able to tell me I'm a bum and all that. So
Stop it! Yeah. Don't you do that? I'm not going to let you diss yourself. I'm not gonna let you diss yourself on my fucking live stream, dog. We all about positivity here. Just because I call you out for your wrong takes doesn't mean I'm gonna say you're a bum. Hell no.
I'm a failure. You call me out, I'm a failure. Yeah, man. Nah, dude. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I really do think that Jade Cargill's going to win that match. Looks like my boy Trucker John's got Naomi winning that match. So now we'll go on to our next match of the night here, as we will see a huge a huge matchup here between, AJ Styles and Logan Paul. Now, for me, I'm not sure how this match is going to turn out. I know it's going to be high flying. I know it's going to be very competitive, but right now, my boy Trucker John has got this match as the match of the night. He says for sure. Close. All right. But he's saying at least the top 3 match here in Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. Maybe. I'm not sure. But I like what Intensify just said in the chat. He said Logan for sure, passing the torch. Huh? Maybe.
I agree. I think that's but AJ still, I think, has a run in him. But
me too. I gotta totally agree with that. And
I
don't know
AJ's gonna have a good run before he calls it quits.
Yes, so I agree with that.
It does help Logan, though. I agree.
I think what we seen on Monday was in that match versus Karrion Kross for AJ Styles. That to me kind of told me that maybe Logan Paul's going to win this match, and then we're going to see AJ Styles sort of like teaming up with Karrion Kross. So that's going to be really interesting to see what's going on with that one going forward. But who do you got winning this one, man, between Logan Paul and AJ Styles?
I'm going to go Logan, as much as I would like to see AJ pull it off. I think last week I thought AJ. No, stop for a second. I think last week I thought AJ was going to take it, but no, I do. I think Logan's going to take it. I think, I think he needs it. I don't know. I don't know if he needs it, but I mean, he's been on a hell of a streak. And I think that win could do more for him than a
Then
win for
AJ.
AJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
got to agree with you on that too, Trucker John, because I think it's going to build up the storyline better going forward for Logan
okay,
Paul than it will be for AJ Styles. And I
for
do
sure.
think if Logan wins, this sets up a better storyline for AJ Styles going forward, which, mind the pun here, because my boy's been saying it for almost every match here, but I think we could see AJ Styles turning heel once again, maybe Bullet
I,
Club.
I hope not. I hope not. Only because I got it. Sit down now. We've seen it so many times. When I think of heel turn WWE, one of the first people I think about is AJ. He turns so many.
Really?
Dude, he turns so much. Like
He
he'll come
has. He
back.
has.
He'll come back. Fans will be behind him because we love him as a performer. And then he'll do something and then go heel. And I think him himself, he said he prefers playing a heel. But I don't know. In this match, I kind of like AJ being the face, and yeah, I don't know. I think I think he's going to benefit the most from it, so I think he's going to take the win.
All right. Well, I think I got to go with you on this here. I really do think that Logan Paul is going to be the winner here. So we're almost done here, guys. So we got a few more matches left to go. So thank you, Trucker John, for hanging out with us today. And guys, please make sure you go check out Truckerjohn89 on YouTube and check out his YouTube channel. And please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. So just a few more matches here as we try to speed read through for a couple of these because we're getting into some championship matches here too. So real quickly, Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. We kind of talked about this match a lot last week, so I won't spend too much time talking on this one. But we obviously all know that El Grande Americano is a new wrestler, but we think it's Chad Gable. We're pretty sure it's Chad Gable, and Chad's been
Yeah,
a very good performer inside the ring. So this match between him and Rey Mysterio should be a good one, but it's going to be really interesting to me who they decide to let win this match because Rey Mysterio hasn't lost at WrestleMania since 2022. So to me, I'm rolling with Rey in this match. What do you think?
yeah, probably Ray. I mean, I can't have all the heels winning this WrestleMania. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to go with. I think Ray's going to win. I mean, it's a feel good moment. You're happy for him. So yeah, I think we'll go with Ray.
All right, I like that pick too as well. I'm also interested to see how LWO and American Made are getting involved with this match, so that should be pretty interesting to see if they come out and try to get themselves involved in this match as well. But I'm rolling with Rey Mysterio in that match as well. Now, going on to our last three matches of the night, we got all championship matches. We'll go over the women's world title match where we will see Io Sky defend her championship in a triple threat against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Now, to me, bro, this has probably got the best storyline hype behind the two big main event. The two big title matches, Gunther versus
For
Jay
sure.
and Cody versus John. This has gotten the most hype, and I think really we're in for a hell of a match between these ladies. I really do think that this has a chance of being the match of the night for the whole weekend at WrestleMania, especially because you got three of these women competitors who are one's a brawler, one can do a little bit of everything in Bianca Belair, and the other one's a high flyer in Io Sky. So
Yeah.
will the brutality and brute force of Rhea Ripley get her world title back on around her waist? Or will Bianca Belair become a champion once again? Because we all know the WWE is better when Bianca Belair is a champion. So I'm really interested to get your take and your prediction on this match.
I think it's gonna be a banger match, man. All three of these ladies have all performed in the main event. They've all been in championship matches. So I think it's gonna be, yeah, I think it's gonna be up there. Probably probably right above AJ and Logan. Probably just above them. But
big shout
yeah,
out in the chat for you, Trucker John. Intensify says and he asked a really good question that you kind of almost talked about there. Does Naomi or possibly someone come in that has a storyline and cost Bianca Belair the title match? Right? I could definitely see that happen with either Jade or Naomi. So maybe
for
something to
sure.
keep in mind, right? Because to
Maybe.
me, bro, Bianca's winning this match.
You think?
If there is, let me tell you this. You want to talk about guarantee? You pick the
Okay.
match, right? Okay.
All right.
This
Yeah.
is one I am almost willing to pick, but I'm not going to because there's only one match I'm guaranteeing the winner going to be in that one, dog. And his name is Main Event Jay Uso, motherfuckers.
Hold on. You're guaranteeing that?
Oh, I am, dog. To kick off WrestleMania, Jey Uso deserves this, dog. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to keep the title for a long time like Roman Reigns did or whatever, but this storyline between him and Gunther has been a good one, and they've built it up just right. And I think that if you have Jey Uso lose this match, like for what? Like Gunther doesn't need to win to prove anything. Gunther is one of the best wrestlers right now in WWE. He's had a title around his waist more time than he has not since he's been in the WWE. So to me, the guy doesn't really need to hold on to the title. Eventually, they're going to get another title back around his waist, whether it is the World Heavyweight Championship or the WWE Championship or whatever the case may be. Plus, I think there's a lot more people that we would love to see Gunther get matches with. And I just don't know how many of these top guys we're going to get with Gunther if he's still the champ. Now, I know that's kind of contradicting of a statement, but I really do mean that. I mean, we seen just a few months ago, they almost tried to make Gunther a babyface, and it almost worked. It almost worked. And then when Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, all of a sudden that heel Gunther came right back. And I'm like, this guy's versatile. This Gunther guy, not only is he so damn good in the ring, he is getting so much better on the mic. And he proved that on Monday night.
He's the ring general, man. Like
for a reason.
Yeah, he's really good at what he does. He makes you believe. I personally, he's one of my top guys. I mean, you have that level of respect for him. I don't know. I haven't seen that in a really long time. No wrestler has really made me believe in a long time, right? This match though, I mean, what do you do with Gunther after, right? Like
if he loses. Okay.
Yeah, if he loses
So
the
for
title.
me, one of the scenarios that I thought about really hard with this one was what if Ludwig Kaiser comes out and costs Gunther the match? So that sets up
Pushes.
Gunther. That sets up Gunther for something right after WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
So that in theory would work. But
Push him face.
I also see a scenario because I'm picking Jay to win. There's no doubt about it. So every scenario that I'm going to go with has to do with Jay winning. I absolutely believe Jay's going to win. So you either have that, maybe Kaiser comes out, betrays Gunther, and costs him the title, or you could see a scenario where Big Jimmy Uso comes out and tries to help his brother because Ludwig Kaiser gets involved to try to help Gunther and then sort of costs him the title by accident. You kind of get what I'm saying? I mean, we've seen the tension between Ludwig and Gunther over the last few months. There was some tension there when Gunther was on that sort of like babyface turn for a little while. Now they've kind of backed off of it. Kaiser's been doing his own thing, performing really good in the ring. I got to give him credit for that.
I like him.
But
he's one of the top guys.
I just think some way he's going to be involved in this match because I have Jey Uso winning. And I think if you involve him, you set it up for Gunther to have multiple storylines that he can kind of, or they can run with him after this match.
So I think they're definitely, I think Jay's going to win as well.
Okay.
I think more so also just, for that feel good, that start off WrestleMania, boom, title change. You know
That
what I
was
mean?
such a shocker to me, bro. Like I said to start this show, I don't think when we were growing up, you would ever see this match
No.
be the first match to start a premium live event, right? But they're gonna get us hyped up. They're gonna get us hooked right from the get-go on night one of WrestleMania, and I love it. So let's make sure, because we're talking about two matches here, so let's make sure we get our predictions right for the chat. Going back to this triple threat match, who do you have winning the Women's World Championship?
I think mommy,
Oh, shit,
you
mommy
saying
back
mommy?
on top.
Yeah, man. I mean, how do you go wrong with that? She doesn't need that title, but
Everyone
why
likes her
not?
with the title. Everyone likes
Yeah.
her with the title. And
Yeah.
that's why I'm going with Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, to me,
Okay.
anytime Bianca is holding a title, in my opinion, it's almost similar like you see with Gunther right now. The WWE as a company is elevated when Bianca Belair is a champion. I truly believe that. Now, this statement could backfire on me because you could easily say that's why she's going to lose, just like we've seen for years with The Undertaker. I know I'm comparing Bianca Belair to The Undertaker, but what I'm saying is that Bianca Belair is going to be in championship matches for a long time. To me, she's sort of like Charlotte Flair-esque. We're going to expect to see her in the limelight at one of the top storylines or in a title championship opportunity for years to come. She's just that damn good. In this match, though, they've kind of really underwhelmed Io Sky. So for real, I kind of feel like I want to go with Io Sky in this match, bro, because she's the underdog. And I love rooting for the underdog. And she's probably been, you tell me if I'm wrong here. I think she's been the only women's world champion thus far. I know that women's world title has not been around that long, but she's been like an afterthought. She's been overlooked during this whole entire feud process. And with Bianca Belair and Rhea like shoving her around, slapping her in the face all the time, dude, I think Io Sky's got a really good chance of winning this match.
Is that your pick? Yeah.
No, I gotta go with Bianca, man. I can't.
All
I
right.
can't pick.
I'm seeing if I could get you to
either.
switch.
I'd love to see Rhea Ripley get the title back because she's so good with that title right now.
Yeah.
But I personally think it's gonna be Bianca, and then we're gonna see either Naomi or possibly Jade Cargill be the ones that face her and go up against her. That's just my theory because I don't think they'll continue to do the feud with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. I actually think, which actually helps my prediction here, I think we're going to see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky get into their own little feud here and storyline after WrestleMania. So, which is why I'm picking Bianca to win this match.
Okay. All right. Well, I think
All right,
mommy's
mommy
gonna
fan.
win.
We're going to find
Yeah.
out, Mr. Mommy fan, if she's on top.
Yeah.
All right, brother.
Mommy's gonna be on top.
So 2 more matches to go, folks, here on Tim Reynolds Show for this live WWE WrestleMania 41 preview. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And please make sure you guys go subscribe and check out YouTube channel for Truckerjohn89, my special guest here today. And guys, heading into our next match, this is one of the 2 big main events of WrestleMania weekend. And guys, we already know that the triple threat match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns will be the main event match on night 1 of WrestleMania. But like we said to start the show, to kick off WrestleMania weekend, the opening match will be for the World Heavyweight Championship, as we will see Gunther go one-on-one with the men's 2025 Royal Rumble winner, main event, Jey Uso. And to me, brother, this has match of the night written all over it. It's pretty much been the best storyline built up to this point, other than maybe Cody Rhodes and John Cena. But we all know why we're watching that. I mean, John Cena turns heel. So that's why we're tuning in for that one. You know what I mean? So for me, this World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be the bee's knees. It's going to be the match that we're always looking for and to really take it over the top for WrestleMania weekend. And I think for them to have this match to kick off WrestleMania weekend, I think is going to be incredible for the WWE, and the WWE Universe, I believe, is going to love it, dude. And I tell you what, I cannot wait to see what happens in this match. I really do think that we're going to see one hell of a championship match between the men's 2025 Royal Rumble winner, main event Jey Uso, and the ring general Gunther, who's made this personal, guys. That's right. He not only attacked the brother of Jey, Jimmy Uso, a few weeks ago and left him a bloody mess inside the ring, but also we see Gunther has been trying to get under the skin of main event Jey Uso for months now. But over the last 2 weeks, it's been Jey Uso that's been able to turn things around and get under the skin of the World Heavyweight Champion, forcing him to be flustered, to be off of his game. And I think now Jey Uso knows he's in the head of the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Excuse me. So what does this mean going forward for the ring general? Well, I'm not too sure, but what I do know is this match has the potential, and for me, it's probably going to be the match of the weekend. And for this to kick off WrestleMania weekend, it's just insane. It's nuts. And I tell you what, main event Jey Uso deserves this title shot, and he deserves to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And I tell you what, Gunther, he's going to put up one hell of a fight in this match. And like we were talking about earlier, me and Trucker John, we were just mentioning that maybe we see Ludwig Kaiser, the friend and confidant of the ring general Gunther, come out here and possibly cost Gunther the match, or we could see him get involved somehow trying to help out Gunther, and that means we could see Big Jim, Jimmy Uso, also get involved in this matchup, which means it could be a very, very interesting storyline to see who ends up winning this match. But I tell you what, you're going to have a lot of angry WWE fans out there if Jey Uso doesn't win this match. But I could see it happening. I mean, Gunther is one of the best in the industry right now. That's why he's got the World Heavyweight Championship around his waist. He's a deserving champion, Gunther. But Gunther has also had a title around his waist for 80% or more of the time that he's been in WWE. And because of that, I really do think that Gunther is the one who's going to drop the title here at WrestleMania. I personally believe Jey Uso should win this championship match and will. What's your thoughts on this, Trucker John? You're still muted.
Okay, yeah. So I think Jay's gonna win. I think again it's gonna be your feel good moment. A lot of things could happen. Like you said, Ludwig could come out and cost Gunther the title. Jimmy could come out and get involved, like you said. There's a multitude of things that could happen. But I think, I think for this match, I think Jay's gonna win. I think it's gonna set the mood for WrestleMania. People are gonna be hyped right off the jump.
I agree.
And yeah.
I like that. I like that. So, all right, guys, that is our prediction there for the World Heavyweight Championship match. Me and Trucker John are going with Jey Uso. And, guys, we have now reached the big main event of the weekend where we will see the undisputed WWE Championship on the line as the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes goes one-on-one with John Cena. Now, guys, the hype for this match has been building for months, and now, yeah, we finally get to see John Cena on the grandest stage of them all, finally competing for a championship. I just don't think any of us could have predicted that this is the sort of title shot we would see for John Cena, right? Especially joining The Rock.
Not at all, man. This has been the most interesting thing in wrestling.
In a while, huh?
It since the whole Roman and Cody thing. You know, this right here, I don't know. That actually, this might beat that, if I'm really like being honest with myself.
I mean, I would have to agree with you with that. I mean, I love the Cody versus Roman. We did it for almost 2 years, right? But this one has the potential, especially with John Cena's retirement tour. This has the potential of going all year with this feud with him.
Heel Cena, man. It's a wild 2025, man. Wild world of wrestling. This is the match I'm excited for. And you said this is going to be night 1 main event or
No, this
night
will be
2?
night 2 main event. This will be the last match. That has been confirmed. Night 1, the
Okay.
main event will be the triple threat match between
Okay.
Roman, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. The World Heavyweight Championship match is going to kick off night 1 of WrestleMania. And this one with Cody Rhodes versus John Cena will end the WrestleMania weekend on night 2. Now, before we get to our predictions here, I want to make sure I remind you of the news that I told you about before we got started here today, guys. The rumor online is that Drew McIntyre could possibly be the man to join up with The Rock and John Cena as well. And if that happens, we could definitely see a big storyline brewing here in this WWE Undisputed Championship match. So I think it's important for us to remind people that Damian Priest is taking on Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania in a Sin City street fight match. And that match, I think me and Trucker John talked about it a little bit last week. We thought that this match really needed some boost, and we thought for sure that a stipulation in this match was the only way you were going to make this match between Drew and Damian Priest a very interesting one. So, with that tidbit of news that we talked about before we went live today, man, do you think that we could see Drew McIntyre join up with The Rock and cost Cody Rhodes the undisputed WWE Championship?
I think probably exactly that's what's going to happen. I think, well, this is going to be tied into my prediction, but Cena's going to win, right? I think Cena's going to get this title. I think Cody's going to be screwed somehow, whatever.
Okay.
So, and I kind of told you this off stream. Cody is not advertised after WrestleMania. John Cena is. So I think you give John Cena the belt, give him a little run to go on. He can do the appearances one last time. He can be at SmackDown, or you know what I mean. So yeah, I think that something's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be Drew. I think that would be a cool thing to happen.
Do you think it'll be the same as last year? Like just as big of a main event match as last year?
Dude, yeah. Last year was huge.
Last year was big, bro. That was one of the
Huge.
biggest in my
Yeah.
lifetime, man. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to top it, but if we somehow see Drew McIntyre get involved, The Rock come out and get involved, and who else? I mean, who else could we possibly see get involved in this match? I'm not sure. Maybe Randy Orton? I mean, we haven't heard a match for Randy Orton at WrestleMania, so maybe he gets involved somehow, some way. But man, I cannot believe that you are rolling with the heel John Cena in the biggest main event match of the weekend, bro. I am loving your picks here, man. Way to freaking go, bro.
I think Cena I think he's gonna beat Rick's record. Rick has been ranting online about shit, and that if we really knew how many titles he had and all this different stuff.
Right.
And I think that's because he's got word that Cena's gonna pass him, right?
Exactly. I love that from you, bro. That is insider, true, hardcore WWE fandom right there for you. Because why else would Ric Flair be running his mouth, right? Like Ric Flair runs his mouth. But he is going off right now, which means he knows they're going to probably give him the title, which sucks for me because I'm picking Cody Rhodes, bro. I can't pick John Cena. You see him right up there. John Cena fucking poster, dog. I got the fucking wristbands, okay? I got the fucking headband before this motherfucker turned heel, and now I can't roll with them against Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. Come on, dog. There ain't no way. But I tell you what, guys, this is going to be one hell of a WrestleMania. And, man, thank you guys so much for hanging out here with us for this WWE Talk and WrestleMania 41 preview right here on Tim Reynolds Show with special guest Truckerjohn89. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel and doing this. I really appreciate it. Give your daughter a nice shout out from me in the chat. She was along here with us, so we we know she's a future WWE fan for sure, and can't wait to see her on the live stream with us some more, man. So make sure you give your daughter a little bit of a shout out from me and give her a nice hug and kiss. And hey, before we go, I want to give a nice shout out to you and your girl and say happy anniversary here on April 17th, man. Hopefully things will go well for you guys in the evening. And thank you so much. Yes, guys, today, shout out to my beautiful wife, Amber. Today is our anniversary as well, our second year wedding anniversary. So it's been a hell of a day, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to come on here with us. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube, and check out my special guest YouTube channel, Truckerjohn89. Thank you so much for joining me, man. We'll see you on Saturday for WrestleMania 41, and we're looking forward to it, man.
You guys have a good one. Yep, I'll see you Saturday, brother.
Peace out, everybody. Take it easy.